Now, I have been through a lot of winters with you now, and we've created a lot of video content. So that has been saved. So all the winter videos that I've created, not everything, but the ones that I think will be interesting have been saved to the website. And I've even got a cold page on my website, so you can click on that. So if you want to know more about why some plants are hardy and why tender plants are not, all that information is there, and I'll also put some tidbits on stories as well, just to keep us entertained while we shiver. The fire is going on tonight for the first time. I can't wait. It's going to be cold tonight, so I'm going to make this one a really quick one. I know you like a list. So questions I've got coming in is, what should I take into the house? What should I leave in the greenhouse? If I leave it in the greenhouse, what should I cover? And do I, if it's going to be very cold, do I put a heater in the greenhouse? Do I turn my heat mats on? Do I even add some grow lights? Now, the only plants that you would need to take into the house tonight are anything that's newly germinated indoors. So if they've germinated in the cold greenhouse, like the larkspur, like the wild carrot, like the orlea, they're absolutely fine. So just leave them, don't even need covering. They are cold hardy. But if you have started your seeds in the house and you have only just brought them down to the greenhouse, they won't yet have acclimatized and built up the sugars that they need to act as antifreeze. They won't have had time yet. So take those back in the house overnight. It's sparkling during the day, so you can bring them out in the morning so they don't get leggy, but only things that haven't had a chance to get used to the greenhouse. Then sweet peas, anemone ranunculus, butterfly ranunculus, nigella, they are all H3, or and your snapdragons, they're all H3, so they're all a little bit more tender. So those I would just cover with some fleece, that's all they need. You can use a propagator lid, but just remember it's going to be very sunny tomorrow. You're going to need to whisk that off because otherwise they'll overheat. Now, anything else, this weather is not a shock to them. It's come down and down and down slowly. So they have acclimatized. They're older, so they're not baby seedlings, and they've acclimatized to the cold conditions already. So they are hardy. There is a list of the hardiness ratings in your handbook. So if you want to know what to fleece, the H3s, if you just go to that page and go to the H3s, there's your list there for you. So heaters and grow lights. I don't use heaters. I did have one. I never use it. You have to be very careful. If you start artificially heating your greenhouse, those plants will stop making those sugars that turn into antifreeze, and you will make them tender. So be very careful when using artificial heating, because then you're going to have to use it for the rest of the winter, because the hardiness will get knocked out and then they won't be able to take it and they'll get burnt by the frost. So no heaters, no grow lights. I don't use any of those. So finally, the only time I will change any of this is if it gets very cold and then it's not sunny during the day to thaw the greenhouse out. So we've got cold, but then it's going to be sunny. So the plants are not going to freeze and freeze and freeze. When it's cold for a really long time and it doesn't thaw out during the day, the temperature, it's like putting a bottle of wine in the fridge. It doesn't freeze straight away, does it? It needs time. So what happens over time is the plants get colder and colder and colder. And some can take it, but not all of us. And that is not all of us, no. And that's when I start to bring plants in. But this is not going to happen. It's going to be 13 degrees, double digits in a couple of days. So we will be absolutely fine for this cold snap. But if you want to, there is no harm bringing your plants in overnight. Just don't leave them there during the day, otherwise they'll get leggy. But if you want to, you do you.